You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, let's talk about the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark, the state of the franchise, so to speak. You also got some comments from Sonya Citron, who is going to play with Caitlin Clark in the All-Star game. Look, I will say one thing about this All-Star team that Caitlin Clark put together. If these ladies hit their threes, they may win by 40. Seriously, they may shoot the lights out in that game because it's going to be three-point bombers everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. I don't know if Asia Wilson's going to end up playing in that game. I think she may be injured. I think that, I don't know. I didn't see any further word on that as of yet. But before we get to that, let's get to these comments. And I don't know when the hell these comments were made. But it is Indiana Fever leadership, the president, talking about trying to build the Fever brand. Now, I'm going to say this. Look, if you got, and Aaliyah Boston is part of this conversation too, but if you've got Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, the brand is going to build itself naturally, provided you build the team around those two key pieces. You're going to win championships, and your fan base is going to naturally grow. You cannot push aside your greatest assets, sideline them. You cannot, you can't take the spotlight off of them as players. You can't put cuffs on them as players. You certainly can't do that. You're going to create animosity, resentment towards the franchise because, I mean, if they'd have tried this with Jordan back in the day, holy hell. I mean, seriously. Now, the only thing that Indiana Fever's got going for them is they're not in New York or Boston because they would be getting obliterated on sports radio right now. If they had Caitlin Clark as part of their franchise, and we're seeing the kind of things we're seeing, talk about trying to spread the wealth, yada, yada. Look, the team will learn to play as a team, but you got to make sure the ball is distributed. The instigator of offense, the innovator of offense is what should be, at this point, the best player in the league. But if she's not going to be allowed to play that way, I mean, this team could blow a massive opportunity. I said yesterday, I think Indiana is the best place for because it's a Midwest team, and Iowa's not that far away. There's a lot of things that are right about this for the Indiana Fever to become America's team. But make no mistake, Indiana Fever, all these people viewing these games, all these people showing up to your arena, they're showing up there for Caitlin Clark. All right? Point blank. That is a fact. Just like they used to show up for Bird, they used to show up for Magic, they used to show up for Jordan. And then the other players in the league and on the team will become stars and superstars as a byproduct. I'm sorry if you're under the belief that you think all these players were so great before they got here. That may be fine, but nobody cared, nobody watched. It is what it is. It is what it is. It still is what it is when you look at the ratings. Point blank. And it's a miracle. Some of those games without Caitlin Clark that don't involve the Fever are actually getting like 600,000 views. By WNBA standards, sadly, that's a big rating. It is. Compared to pre-Caitlin Clark life in the WNBA. You hear some of this stuff and you're like, number one, why is this stuff even talked about out loud?
That we want to sustain the growth and the interest level in the franchise. I mean, this is about the Indiana Fever. Yes, we have a foundational player in Caitlin Clark and Leah Boston, and, we're going to continue to add to that. But I want this team to be the leader in the country, and a brand, an enduring brand, like Apple or something. I mean, we have a real opportunity here.
You can't see the forest for the trees. That shit should have never came out of her mouth in public. It doesn't have to. There's no need for it. You've got an opportunity for natural growth. The Indiana Fever will become, provided they don't mess up this Caitlin Clark situation, they will become the most valuable team in this country from a women's basketball, women's sports standpoint. They will be the gold standard. They will be America's team. But boy, if you piss off this fan base and Caitlin Clark leaves, it's lights out. It's lights out. You're going to be regulated back to the days of drawing 4,000 in attendance, and people will purposely tune out from the Indiana Fever. They're going to go where Caitlin Clark goes, and I hope to God Herb Simon, Pacers ownership, NBA Adam Silver, you better recognize all of these things. You're being warned by the fan base right now. We're not going to let the fans tell us what to. Okay, well then stay irrelevant. If that's what you want to do, stay irrelevant. That's okay. Where yeah. Trader there's rumors of a Houston franchise coming. Do you know what Texas will do with Caitlin Clark? We will wrap our loving arms around her and never let her go. I promise. So, Citron, Sonya, one of the two fantastic rookies for the Mystics, is commenting on joining Caitlin Clark. She was on with Lisa Leslie. Again, everybody's got a podcast now. I mean, seriously. And she made comments about being on this team. I thought they were interesting.
How are you feeling about your squad?
Yeah, I'm excited. I think we're young. We got a bunch of shooters, a bunch of, a little bit of everything. But yeah, just really excited to play with Caitlin, with Sabrina, with all the people on our team. I'm only used to playing with the Mystics, so it's cool to just change it up a little bit, meet new people, get to know them better, make friends. So I'm excited.
Okay, so it's sounding like this will be your first time ever playing with that group of women. Is there anybody on that team that you are already familiar with in terms of as played with before?
Yeah. I have played with Caitlin before, actually.
Okay.
I played with her 4 years ago. We both made the U19 World Cup team. So that was, it was before I even got to college. So It seems like forever ago. But yeah, so I did play with her. Obviously, Kiki's on the team. So playing with her. And I don't think I've played with anybody else.
Yeah. Of course, Kiki, I know.
This team is so exciting. Kiki Arifin, Sonya Citron. Look, that Mystics team, provided their ownership don't blow it, they've got a squad that's going to be something else in the future. They really do. They really got real talent on that exciting play. Lucy Olsen's on that team. She dropped 19, I think it was beginning of last week, in a game out of Iowa. People are watching her like a hawk to see if they let her shine and develop. It's good. I'm going to tell you, this All-Star game is going to be so interesting. That trade of coaches, along with these shooters on this squad, it's going to be like bigs versus shooters, and Leah Boston, Asia, they're going to have to pass that ball back out because there's going to be 3-point shooters all over the place outside. Again, if they hit their shots in this game, they may win by 40. They could blow that other team out if their threes drop. Man, game tonight. Of course, I will do a reaction to this game tonight. Crossing my fingers. I'm hoping for a huge game from Caitlin Clark. I'm hoping to see different things from Stephanie White. See her adjust. As far as I'm concerned, she has actually regressed. as a coach as the season has went along. Just a fact. I mean, the Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston 2-person tandem was working and was really starting to bloom, and she stomped that out like she's putting a fire out. All right. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time. Before we jump in, make sure you go to our merch store, our Make Basketball Great Again shirt, and our newest shirt that just came out. Both shirts are brand new. The American Flag Skull Fever Enforcer shirt. And use promo code CC22 for 20% off.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.